Hi guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about Samsara from the House of Guerlain. This is the eau de toilette version. So I'll be talking about the old vintage version, which was released in 1989. I have a old sample of it here, and I'll be comparing that to the new version of the eau de toilette that I have here, that I just almost finished the whole sample of. So I'll be doing a comparison of both. I don't know what year the new version of my sample is. I don't know which year this one is, but I do know that it's the newer version in the clear bottle, clear B bottle. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's first begin with the old version. So I have it on a test strip here. Obviously, I've worn both on my skin several times, and Samsara Eau de Toilette. First of all, I'll read you guys the notes. There's a lot of notes in here. In the top, there's green notes, peach, ylang, bergamot, and lemon. In the middle, there's iris, violet, orris, jasmine, rose, and narcissus. And in the base, there's iris, sandalwood, tonka bean, amber, musk, and vanilla. So there's a lot of beautiful notes in here. The old version, as soon as you smell it and as soon as you wear it on your skin, you can tell that it's a very complex fragrance. There's a lot of things going on at the same time. So on my skin in particular, in the opening, I get mostly like a sourish kind of floral scent. And when I say sour floral, I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It just has this like slightly sour floral scent to it. It's very rich. You also get this really juicy, fruity smell in it too. Along with that, you get a very sweet vanilla that's also very rich, but it does not smell chemically. It doesn't smell like cheap or anything. It feels like a rich, warm, thick, and dense vanilla smell. It's powdery and it's creamy and it's woody. It's like, as I said, there's a lot of things going on right away when you wear this. Most prominent thing on my skin with the old version is the ylang for sure. You get that right away. It's almost, when you smell it, it has this really rich and dark and deep feeling to it, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of the scent of rubber. And I always have that. I have that quite often actually when I wear ylang in fragrance. It has this really unusual rubbery smell, which does not smell bad at all. It smells really, really nice. The ylang in here is also very creamy and buttery, and it's a really beautiful, really, really rich floral scent. And the other thing that's most prominent in the old version is the sandalwood, which is also very, very creamy and also very buttery. So you take this really creamy, buttery ylang and then this creamy, buttery sandalwood, you put that together, you get this most beautiful, ultra super duper creamy and buttery scent on your skin that has a sweetness from a vanilla scent, which is not, it's not like a creamy vanilla. It's more like a pasty vanilla, if that makes sense. Very, very, very thick, very heavy and very weighted. I find this fragrance to be very heavy on my skin. Just all of those notes, especially the ylang, the sandalwood, and the vanilla, them being so like bottom heavy, put them together, it's just a big, big, big fragrance. Even though this is an eau de toilette, it feels very, very big and bold. Okay. So the sweetness in here, besides that vanilla, I also get like a honey-like sweetness. I don't see honey in the notes in here, but on my skin, it's like, it reminds me of a honey-like sweetness. This is definitely a big fragrance, as I said, very, very heavy. It just feels blended really well, and it feels elegant, it feels rich. It feels slightly smoky as well too, but I think that's maybe from the ylang ylang. And yeah, it's a really complex fragrance that I really enjoyed testing a lot on my skin. So that is the old version of Samsara Eau de Toilette. Let's get into the new version now. The new version in those clear B bottles. I don't know when exactly they changed over to those bottles, quite recently. To me, the opening is what's most different. Well, there's a lot of differences, quite slight though, but to me, the opening is the most different between the old version and this new version. To me, in the opening, right away, you still get that sour floral. Doesn't smell bad, guys, but it does have this like sour-ish kind of floral scent. It's definitely not as heavy, and it feels a little bit more sparkling. To me, in the opening, I get more of the citruses in the new version straight away, complementing this sour-ish floral scent. And also what I get right away in the opening is a obvious musky smell. Whereas in the EDT version of the old Samsara, I did only get that musky scent at the very end of the dry down. In the new one, I get the musk right away. Okay, so back to the new version. The new version, the ylang ylang on my skin isn't as prominent. I mean, it's definitely there, but it's not as creamy or buttery. It's just like a lesser version of the ylang ylang flower. Because in the opening of the new version, it's mostly about this tart citrus and mixed sour floral scent. But after this fragrance dries down on your skin, at least on my skin, after about 5 minutes, things change drastically from that opening. And then you start smelling the original old version of Samsara in the new version. Of course, it's not exactly the same, but then you're like, okay, finally I got over that opening, and now this is more familiar Samsara EDT. So on my skin, in the mid of the new version, the most prominent thing that I smell is this very creamy sandalwood. You of course get the creamy sandalwood in the old version, but you know, it's more prominent to me on my skin in the new version. And also, this creamy sandalwood is backed up by this powdery iris smell, and of course, this smoky, like ylang ylang scent in the background, though it's not, you know, the main event, I guess. I do also get a vanilla sweetness in the new version, but I just find it not to be as weighted or as heavy. It still does give a very nice sweetness to the whole blend, but whereas in the old version of Samsara EDT, the vanilla just felt really bold and heavy and condensed and just really thick. In the new version, it's just not as dense. It just feels more spread out, I guess, more fleeting, I guess I should say. But it does still smell very nice. I actually have it here. Yeah, it smells really nice, just not as heavy. So, let's see if I can sum this up here. All in all, if I had to choose between the vintage EDT or the new EDT of Samsara, I think that I would choose the old version. But I also think the new version, honestly, is really nice. Like, I wouldn't go out and chase the old version, even though it's slightly better and it just feels like it has more oomph to it. It has more character to it. It feels like there's better ingredients used in the old EDT. But all things considered, The new version also smells really, really nice, you guys. Like the difference to me isn't, wouldn't justify me paying a lot more for the vintage version or to like try to find an old bottle. I think that I would be happy enough with the new version of the Samsara EDT. The new version is also very smooth. It smells very elegant, very well-rounded, extremely sexy, both of them. And I just feel like both of them just feel just very well put together. Warm and cozy and sexy and sensual and just like a grown-up scent. That's what I feel like when I wear this. I feel like I should be dressed up a little bit and just like have my stuff together. You know what I mean? But honestly, both are absolutely gorgeous. I think that some years ago, if you asked me if I like Samsara by Guerlain, I'd be like, no, I don't like it at all. But now that my tastes are changing, I think that this is an absolutely gorgeous scent. You can't go wrong with both of them, especially if you like that like really heavy, rich, floral, oriental, woody kind of smell. And I guess just depending on your chemistry is what would make the difference, obviously, between the two. But those are the differences that I have noticed when I have worn both. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I have to say about Samsara. I probably will pick up a bottle at some point down the line. I know that they're like really heavily discounted right now on discount web shops and stuff. So it's, for me, I think it's an easy buy, but at the same time, I haven't actually bought it yet. Because maybe I know that they're still floating around on the websites, so I know it's available. But yeah, really beautiful fragrance, very grown up, and it just makes me feel more grown up than well, I'm already grown up. I'm almost 40. But yeah, it's just gorgeous and definitely worth a try. I think that I've said everything that I've had to. So yes, Samsara Eau de Toilette from the House of Guerlain. Absolutely beautiful. If you guys want to share your thoughts on this fragrance, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. Old version, new version, or maybe you want to talk about the EDP. I have it here. I've been wearing it a little bit here and there as well, and I love it too. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.